One of the ways one can express this is manifestation. A good metaphor for manifestation is there is a still pond and a very huge titan, very muscular, lifts up an enormous boulder and precipitates the boulder with all his might into the still pond. As the waters part with the impact of this mass, with that velocity hitting the waters part, and say one had a camera, a very high-speed camera, shooting every single, as the water parts into separate droplets. That is a very good metaphor for manifestation. In that moment, as the splash occurs, every drop, some big, some smaller, at different angles, separate from the source whence the impact came, and in being lifted up in the air, they become, each of them for a fraction of time, they have this separatedness. Each is different, each has a different relation one to the other, and yet each one retains the source. So some are large, some are very small, some are high, some are low. But ultimately, within the relation between the lowest drops and the highest ones returning, having flown higher, basically, once the splash ends, everything returns to source. So in that sense, true humanity is connected by source. The source is not who we think we are or who we think we're supposed to be, but each and every individual has a parcel of the divine within themselves. The divine, the ineffable divine, there's no, we will not separate it into creeds and different things. That thing that makes each and every one of us one is not the different arrangements that constitute the human form, but that one spark of divinity. If it's activated within oneself, then it can inflame the whole of one's being and make one at one, consciously at one with the greater source, rather than think, yet, very important, is that as the Gnostics had it, it is a flight from the alone to the alone. In Greek, monos pro monos. And that kind of thing is absolutely essential. There's individuality and there is unity beyond individuality. The mistake that is often made in spiritual circles is to toss out ideas that we're in, such platitudes as we're all in this together, etc. It seems frightfully erroneous to put it that way, because whilst it may be true on some level, it is not necessarily so, because everyone's individual arc is different. Yet source remains one.